All right, let's talk about our nights. That time that's supposed to be for winding down, but somehow gets hijacked. We're going to look at how to take back those hours before bed and turn them into a secret weapon for a better tomorrow.
Does this sound familiar? It's super late. You're in bed and that phone is glued to your hand. You're just scrolling. You're not really having fun. You're not learning anything amazing. You're just tapping, swiping, and getting more and more tired with every single tick of the clock.
And that's the trap, isn't it? That little lie we tell ourselves, okay, just one more video. And then, boom, you look at the time and a whole hour has just vanished into thin air. You're left with nothing but that sinking feeling of regret and the knowledge that tomorrow morning is going to be rough.
So why on earth do we keep doing this to ourselves? It feels harmless, like we're just relaxing, but what's actually going on is something much, much deeper. Let's dig into the psychology behind this whole late-night habit.
There's this huge gap between what we think we're doing and what's actually happening in our brains. We tell ourselves, I'm just chilling out, but more often than not, it's a form of avoidance. We're not actually recharging our batteries, we're numbing ourselves to whatever we didn't want to deal with during the day. And hey, scrolling is just one of the tools in the toolbox, right? Maybe for you, it's binge watching an entire season until your eyes literally blur. Or maybe it's staying logged into work, firing off emails out of guilt just to feel productive. They're all different versions of the same thing, avoiding being alone with our own thoughts.
But here's the thing. The problem isn't just about losing an hour or two of sleep. It's about the massive ripple effect it has on the entire next day. And this brings us to a really powerful idea, the concept of energy debt.
This one quote right here, it's a total game changer. It completely reframes how we should be thinking about our evenings. They aren't just the messy, tired leftovers of a long day. No, they're the launch pad for the next one. So the real question is, what kind of launch pad are you building for yourself?
And the cost of a bad launch pad has a name, energy debt. It basically means you wake up already in the red. You're starting your day with an empty tank, mentally, emotionally, you name it. Every bad night just digs you deeper into this debt, making it harder and harder to ever feel truly on top of your game.
Okay, so how do we climb out of this energy debt? We need a plan, a clear, intentional way to close out the day. So let's break down 7 super practical steps you can use to build a night routine that actually sticks.
The first part is what we'll call the shutdown. This is all about creating a hard stop between your day and your night. First, a shutdown ritual. Literally close your laptop. Done. Then jot down a quick to-do list for tomorrow. This tells your brain, we are officially off the clock. Next, a quick 5-minute tidy up. You'd be amazed how a clear space helps create a clear mind. Then comes the big one, the digital detox. No phone for at least half an hour before bed. And finally, a mind declutter. Get all those worries out of your head and onto a piece of paper, then balance it out by writing down 3 things you're grateful for.
And look, this isn't just some nice theory. The source material mentioned a cousin who runs her own business and was basically on call 24/7. As soon as she started a simple shutdown ritual, just setting an alarm for her last work check at 8:30 p.m., she said her sleep got way better in just 1 week. That's the power of having a real off switch.
Okay, so after the shutdown, we move into phase 2, the wind down. Think of it like you're landing an airplane. You don't just cut the engines and fall out of the sky, right? You descend slowly. You do that with things like dimming the lights, maybe some soft music. Then, inside that window, you build in a few mindful moments. Seriously, just 5 minutes of stillness or deep breathing can change everything. And last but not least, protect your sleep hygiene. Treat your bedtime like it's the most important appointment of your day, and make your room a dark, cool sanctuary.
Now, of all these steps, there is one that is the absolute heavyweight champion. It's probably the hardest one to do, but it gives you the biggest results, hands down. And that is the digital detox. I'm not talking about less phone. I'm talking about no phone for that last 30 to 60 minutes. So why is this one so important? Let me just put this number on the screen. 40. Just sit with that for a second. 40. What could that possibly have to do with getting a good night's sleep?
It's 40 minutes. According to a story in the source, a friend fell asleep a whole 40 minutes faster just by making one change, swapping the phone for an actual physical book before bed. That's a massive difference. Your brain finally gets a chance to stop consuming new information and just power down.
And here's the simplest, most effective trick in the book to actually make this happen. Put your charger on the other side of the room. Seriously, if it's not within arm's reach when you're lying in bed, you break the habit. It's that easy.
Okay, we've gone through the why and the how. Now for the most important part.
what this actually feels like and how you can make it real for yourself, starting, well, tonight.
Because the payoff here is huge. We're talking about waking up feeling calm instead of in a panic, having actual deep focus during the day because you're not running on empty. And maybe the best part of all, you start to actually look forward to your evenings as a time for genuine rest, not just mindless distraction.
Now, looking at all 7 steps at once can feel like a lot. You might be thinking, there's no way I can do all of that. And you know what? You're right. You don't have to. So what's the first move?
It is this simple. Just pick one. That's it. Don't try to build a perfect 7-step routine overnight. Maybe tonight all you do is that 5-minute tidy up. Or maybe you just try charging your phone across the room. The key is to not wait. Start small, but please start tonight.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. That time you have tonight, it's not just the end of today. It's the beginning of tomorrow. It's the prologue to the next chapter. And so the only question left is, what kind of story do you want to write for yourself when you wake up?